Hey, welcome back to the channel. It is time for War 8 of the season. It's been kind of an unusual season for me, and we're going to have an unusual war video for me, but I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be awesome. And honestly, this champion deserves a whole war video for himself. So I have no qualms about doing this. What you're looking at is footage from my Cyber Weekend opening. I was so distraught about not getting Nick Fury that I almost had to force myself to celebrate Awakening Apocalypse, which is ridiculous. And then I completely forgot that I had a mutant that was only available in the featured crystal that once awakened could actually incredibly upgrade my account. I thought mutant was the worst I could get, but the lucky hat, as it says right there, literally saved me from myself. I didn't even realize till hours later just how lucky I had gotten. Now, I imagine from the thumbnail and the title, there really isn't much suspense as to who this champion is. We're going to see him absolutely destroy an otherwise very difficult war fight. We'll take a look at 3 more pretty great fights. Have some fun with that. And if you're enjoying the content, please make sure to hit like, but even more importantly, hit subscribe and those alert notifications. All right, let's get to the show. Okay, I'm sure this comes as a surprise to no one, but it was Archangel. I don't know how I forgot that I had Archangel. I had him at 5, rank 5, and then it slipped my mind, and he wasn't on my radar. It was a complete dark horse. I was thinking it was going to be Xavier or Apocalypse. Once I got Apocalypse, I was like, it's definitely going to be Apocalypse. And then I got the second mutant, so the luck was very strong. You couldn't tell from my reactions. Took him immediately to rank 3 once I realized all of this. And then the challenge became, how do I get him to that magic number with his 6 stones? 6-star 6 stones are so rare, so precious that I got him to 110. You see what it was, 111. And I hoped that this would do it because 111, that sounds cool. But it was 33.33%. And I thought, it's, just the way war works, I'm really going to need to rely on it to have 3 neurotoxins and have that ability accuracy completely shut off. So I brought it up to 112. It still sounds good, and you know what? It's going to make me feel really comfortable, and that's what's most important. But I didn't want to waste a single 6 stone. So if you're wondering why is that important, it's because with 3 neurotoxins, we are going to completely shut off the ability accuracy on something like Encroaching Stun. So I immediately got to bring him into war. This is that first node as you come onto the second section of lane 7, 8, and 9, Encroaching Stun. Every 20 seconds, we're going to be needing to throw a special, right, to reset that timer. Otherwise, we will get stunned. And then there's Stupefy, which would increase the duration of that stun, meaning it would be really bad. And then, of course, Power Reserve, reducing the cost of power. Now, as we head into this is a difficult fight. This is a champion, this Wolverine Weapon X that most people or a lot of people have significant difficulty for. We've seen some deaths from it. So I was very excited to come in here. Now, if you're not familiar with Archangel, we're just going to be parrying and heaving, and then we will throw a special if we need to. I was really doing what I could to keep an eye on the neurotoxins. If I had 3 when the Encroaching Stun timer was going off, I wasn't going to need to worry about throwing a special, but we're going to see something happen here. I got caught off guard by the Unblockable, and I had pretty much at that point decided I'm going to combo and just throw this, even if I didn't need to. It looks as though I did not need to because of the neurotoxins, but still. And then what I want to do is just have you take a look at how much damage has been done, how quickly those neurotoxins worked. I ended up having to do a 5-hit combo, which is unusual with Archangel, and throw a special, and this rank 3 Weapon X is down. He's down. It wasn't even close. It was not even close. 30 hits in, and Archangel just took over and destroyed the opponent. Now we're going to do a lot more. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing Archangel from me a lot more in war. My BG leader was pretty excited when we talked about the possibility of doing this, and I'm definitely going to get out a rank 3 Archangel video, and let's make him Horseman and really have a good time with it. So if the only reason you tuned in was for Archangel, here's a good place to drop off, and then make sure you hit subscribe so you catch the rest of the videos on him as they continue to come out, and they will be coming out soon. But then we're going to go ahead and continue with the rest of the war here. I've gotten my rank 3 Dr. Doom back, which I love. I love Doom. Probably my favorite champion in the whole game for me to use, not only because of all the things he can do, but he's so tanky. As we've talked about on this channel, I tend to make a mistake here and there, and so having a tanky guy just gives me confidence and then allows me to continue on with the fight. So we have this buff and balance power drain, which starts draining my power, or the attacker's power, whenever the defender has a buff. As you know, Nihilus is going to start with that cosmic rod, meaning the power drains are going to start immediately. And then if I am suffering from a debuff, he's going to be getting this massive fury, as you know, with his obliterating strikes. That would not be unusual or rare. And then there's this heal block. So the plan was to do step back lights coming on in. The only problem with that is that meant that we would not be landing the shock from that first initial medium, but that was really going to be okay eventually, because I'd be landing some staggers with some heavies if and when I was able to place them on. I would be getting power through that. And then worst case scenario, just be step back light. And then really, really worst case scenario, and that's why I went ahead and threw on the indestructible, is if somehow I missed that, he's going to hit me, which will then gain my power. But because Doom is so tanky, I'll be just fine. As you see, the insurance policy has worked out really well for me here. I've gotten thrown off guard a little bit. I'm in the corner, so he's got that massive fury buff. But just settle down. This is what I love about Doom. No big deal. This fight is now pretty much mine as far as I'm concerned. Look at, I am ahead on the health bar. Sure, he has the cosmic rod, but a nice little intercept here. I've got the 1 bar of power, nullified. I mean, it's Doom, right? This is why I love Doom. Took advantage of the shock going on to land the heavy and the stagger. And this fight is mine here. You know, we've got the power drain on from his buffs. No big deal. No big deal at all. No reason to even try to dex this SP2. Not even worried about it. It just feels good. It just feels good. Doom instills confidence, I think, at least in me and in most users. And so if something goes a little funky, you take a little hit to the face. No big deal. Venom obviously will start with all these buffs. You'll see the weaknesses go on, and then we have the redoubled determination and the passive heal block. With Doom, this is, you know, I never like to say that any fight in war is an easy fight, but this is a relatively easy one on the map when you're able to take a Doom in against this Venom. You'll see that I'm starting 4 weaknesses already as Venom's buffs go on him. He starts with so many of them. Not running suicide, so the heal block really is an issue, but we've already gotten to our 1 bar of power. Able to get the nullify off here. I'm back already over 2. This fight is over. This is Doom territory for all of those of us who know Doom and love Doom. We've thrown the SP3, and there's really not much more to say about it. We'll be going in for the double medium, and then I like to go double medium, then straight into the 5-hit combo. And I think that's going to end the fight. We might get back to that SP2. Yeah, looks like we're going to end up with the SP2 here. And so feeling good, feeling great. Felt great to help out with the that encroaching stun. Wolverine, Weapon X, that's a tough fight, and he is a tough opponent. And then this was my last fight of the war, was this Vision Arcus. So with the buff and balance weakness, again, the rich get richer, meaning he's going to be gaining even more powers. You know, that's Arcus's thing, is these power gains he gets, and he's going to have all of those, the power gain buffs and things like that, and then heal block. But I'm not running suicide, so it's really not a big deal. I figured this is just a great Doom fight. I felt like the worst thing could possibly happen was him throwing an SP3. This is the last fight to be taken with Doom, so even that, I wasn't worried about it. I know Doom would more than survive 1 SP3, if not potentially 2, as long as I don't take a bunch of hits to the face here. So I played this fight just very aggressively, with no real concern about his power gain. And as you're seeing here, it's just a Doom fight. So we're going to go ahead and let him throw his SP1. I'm going to hit him to build up his power. And now we're throwing the SP3. And it's over. I mean, I felt like this fight was pretty much over from the get-go just because of the matchup to begin with. But you never know. Mistakes can't happen. But at this point, the fight is just a pure Doom fight coming in. And, you know, I messed this up a little bit. I thought this SP2 would kill him. But like I said, I wasn't playing, I was playing very confidently, very aggressively, knowing full well that even if he threw an SP3, I wouldn't have going to come close to dying. In fact, I was surprised at how not close he made it, how little damage this SP3 actually does. And ended it with that very cool SP2 animation, Doom. I love Doom. I've loved him since the moment I got him late last year, and he has not disappointed me in any way, shape, or form. Now, this is normally where I would talk about our MVPs and the end result of the war. Unfortunately, the war, as we know, isn't going to be ending till a little bit after this video even comes out. So I'm not going to normally do this, but I was so excited to get the Archangel video out to you to show you what had come. A lot of folks were commenting on my opening, saying, you know, the luck wasn't that good. And I realized I, on my own video, was saying the luck was not that good. But it was actually amazing. It was like, I don't know what the term for it would be, like exponentially good, because I was saying I did not want mutant. And I think, you know, the lucky hat or just whoever was like, actually, you do, buddy, trust me, you do. You want mutant. And I got it. And so I would normally say who the MVPs are. So I don't know. It's probably going to be the same people, right? It's going to be Legacy and Karate Mike and Lizer and FaZe and B Manny and folks like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually list the people who were willing to sit there and talk with me about my roster and who I should rank up, because those are the MVPs for this video anyway. So that is Sire, Karate Mike, Lizer, Taters. Dreamin' actually was really nice and insightful and helpful. So he can catch you off guard sometimes, folks. And then B Manny, he actually got on the phone. We spoke for a minute, and I could hear him light up when I said, hey, I could also awaken Archangel and take him to R3 and sig him to where he'd shut off ability actually. And I could hear it over the phone. And so we went ahead and did that. And then, of course, my long-term buddy FaZe, who through a lot of DMs really talked me through the pros and cons of various options I was considering. And I could not be happier with this rank up. There is another mutant rank up who will get that out soon. And they pair so well together. It is delightful and exciting. All right. And just so you know, the war is going well. And of course, I'm sure you'll see probably 30 to 40 videos on it coming out really soon. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Keep an eye out for the Archangel videos and take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on Twitter at VegaGaming583. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.